Hey everybody, welcome back to Grit and Grind. You can see a bunch of chainsaws on the trailer, both steel and Husqvarna or Husky. I'm going to show you today how to easily start your Husqvarna chainsaw. We're going to be demonstrating on a 372 XP, but the starting procedure is the same for the big saws, such as this one right here, or their small saws, which would be your in-bucket saws. So I'll move you a little bit closer so we can see the controls. On your bigger saws, just to note, to make starting a little bit easier, you do have a decompression button. So if you're having a hard time pulling these, you can actually click this decompression button right here. It'll click and it will hold down, and then it's going to make starting a lot easier. So you have easy controls on here. So your start and stop button, right now we're in the stop position. When we go to start it, we'll click to the on position. And your blue button here is your choke. So right now, no choke, pulled out all the way is a choke. And I am going to back up, check these for fuel. So we're using mixed fuel. I run mostly steel, but had a couple Huskies. I do like the steels a little bit better just because that's what I'm used to running. The starting procedure is in another video that I'll link to. But I know people are very passionate about their saws. It's just my personal preference. I'm not saying steel is the best saw out there or Husky is a worse saw. I just run more steels than I do Husqvarna. Before we go ahead and start this up, I want to check for fuel then. Like I said, I have 2.5 gallons of, I use the steel mixture of oil for 2.5 gallons of fuel. You put one of those in, and for bar and chain oil, I just run whatever for bar and chain oil, usually the cheapest. I don't have a preference to bar and chain oil, and I'm sure you could use any type of oil other than the steel gray bottles is what I get. I know they make two different kinds. You can use whatever you like. That's just what I've had good luck with. That's what I've been running. So I'm going to set this down, and we are going to check gas and oil first. So gas is in the rear, bar oil in the front. These are sometimes a pain to get off after you've been running them for a while. So always important to have your scrunch tool. These are super invaluable whenever you're running a saw, as anybody knows. But for those of you who don't, make sure you have a couple of these. They tend to disappear on you. These caps are actually made so that you can stick them in here and tighten or loosen the caps if they're giving you trouble. So I'm going to just loosen gas and oil. And we're going to check. I have I'll throw a little bit of bar oil in here. I definitely have enough fuel in here, so that's fine. Let's tighten that back down. I'm going to put just a little bit of bar oil in here. This is just for a starting procedure. I'm not going to be running this for a long time. And I don't like to keep a lot of oil in here because saws like to leak out that bar oil if you're not using them. Hence why the bottom of this saw has some bar oil on it. So I put just enough in there to make sure we can start this. Just like that. And I'll bring you closer and show you a little more in depth what we're going to do here for the starting procedure. Okay, so on these controls, you can see right now I have my stop engage. I'm going to pull that out, and I am going to press down on the handle, pull the trigger, pull that choke out, let it go. So that choke is on full choke right now. So we're good there. If your saw actually had a purge button, kind of like you have on your string trimmers, anything like that. This one does not have it, but some of the other Husqvarnas do. You would give that, 4 or 5 pumps. And from here, you'll see these are very wide, because if you're on the ground, I'm on a trailer. It's made to put your foot in like that and give this a pull. So what you're going to do is, with that choke out and your stop off, you're going to pull this a couple times until you hear it. Some people call it burp. It'll sound like it wants to start up and fire, and then at that point you're going to go to half choke and finish starting. So to make this easier on myself, I'm going to push in there, and I'm going to make sure my brake is on so that chain doesn't take off right away by pushing all the way forward. Give it a couple pulls. See, now you heard it like it wanted to start. So what we're going to do, we're going to press this, push that in, and hopefully it should start in a couple pulls here now. Yeah, almost. It's a mild day out today, and the saw hasn't started in probably about a month or two. There we go. Just like that. I will pull my brake back. Press the stop in. So, just like that, easy way to start a Husqvarna. We didn't flood it, so easy. Like I said, this is a cold start. This saw hasn't been running in probably a month or two, so I'm not surprised it took a little longer. The starting procedure is super easy if you've been running this saw for a little bit throughout the day. But with that, you can check out my other video for steel starting procedures. If you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you a dime. If you want to support the channel in a little more direct way, check the link in the video description. I have some of my favorite tools on here. They are Amazon affiliate links. They do not cost you anything extra if you order off of there. But if you do, a couple dollars comes my way, and it's a great way to just help me keep making content for you guys. Thank you.